So in this video, I'm gonna explain to you guys how face shape influences the choice of haircuts, how I style my hair personally, and exactly what you should tell your barber in order to get the best haircut for your face. I think we've all been there. You go to the barber, sitting quietly in the middle of the haircut, thinking to yourself, wow, this guy is really ruining my haircut right now. You're walking with hope, wanting to look like your favorite celebrity, and you walk out with real trauma. But here's the truth, guys. A good haircut can genuinely change your life, and it certainly did for me. You know, it can change your entire face structure, boost your confidence, and totally alter how people treat you in everyday life. It truly is one of the most important aspects of first impressions. So first, let's establish a baseline of what is important when actually choosing the right haircut. It is face shape. So let's start out with the squared face shape. So this face shape is all about width and length ratio, which is pretty much similar in this case. It's also all about the edges you see on the face. And what you want to do if you have this face shape is you want to round it out. So for the squared face shape, I definitely recommend quiffs, something softer around the edges like a medium length haircut, or also the classic taper on the sides. Next up, the oval face shape. This is usually the most versatile face shape because it allows you to play around with multiple different hairstyles. There's no real imbalance here in the face structure. All thirds are almost equal here, so feel free to play around. Honestly, there's nothing you should really avoid. You could go for like medium length waves, classic taper, or a more modern quiff that gives you a little bit more volume up top. And even a buzz cut works, honestly. Next up, we have the diamond face, a face shape that a lot of male models have, because pretty much the cheekbones are the widest part of the face. If you have this face shape, you can consider yourself blessed because, like I said, a lot of male models have this face shape, but you also have to be careful on what haircut to choose. So as the cheekbones are the widest part of your face, you should definitely avoid adding more sides on this part of your face to make it appear even larger horizontally, and you can add some more mass vertically so your face appears a little bit more elongated. Honestly, go for like any cool modern male model haircut. You could go for a modern quiff haircut, you could go for a side part, you can also play around with a bit more of a messy fringe haircut. Next up, we have the oblong face shape. Your face is actually longer than it is wide, and therefore, as you can probably already imagine, you want to avoid adding even more mass on top, and definitely can play around with adding some sides here horizontally. So for people having this face shape, I definitely recommend keeping the sides a little bit longer. You can play around with pushing them back, for example, so it creates a little bit more of a silhouette here on the side. Something you should totally avoid is like a quiff or something that really elongates your face even more, because that's already part of your features, so you don't have to add to it even more. Good haircuts are a side part, a little bit more wavy, longer hair, or something like a modern fringe, because then you can actually hide your forehead and make your face appear a little bit shorter. Alright, so you guys probably ask yourselves, what face shape do I actually have? I'd probably say I'm a mix between the more oval face shape and probably the diamond face shape, because I have wide cheekbones, but also a more elongated structure. Therefore, I usually go for something like a messy fringe or keeping the back a little bit longer, because it just adds to balancing out the facial thirds of mine. Overall, I'm super happy the way it is, and I will show you guys later how to style it exactly like I do. So guys, now I'm ready here in the bathroom to show you exactly how I'm styling my hair. It's generally one of the most asked questions I get in my DMs. So I'm gonna go through it step by step and tell you why you only need one product for the rest of your life to get every hairstyle you want. So let's do this. So guys, my hair already looks pretty decent right now. It's pretty much done, but I'm gonna mess it up for you guys right now, make it wet and go through it step by step so you can replicate my exact hairstyle at home as well. Alright guys, so first step, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna jump in the shower, get my hair a little bit wet. I'm not gonna show you the exact process of me showering because that's content for a different platform, which I'm not on, by the way, so let's go. Alright guys, so my hair is pretty wet right now. I'm gonna dry just a little bit, just getting this damp look. So when your hair is pretty much damp like this, not super wet, but still a little bit moisture on the tips, that's the perfect texture, because now you can use your product, which is actually a matte clay, my favorite hair product. I'm gonna show you how the texture looks right now and how to apply it. You will see it creates the perfect level of curls and messiness that you need for this hairstyle. So you want to use about this much, which is like a little bit more than a fingerful of matte clay. Then you put it in your hands. And you kind of do this like warming up motion here until your hands are pretty much covered in white clay. And then what you want to do, now the magic will happen, because now you take your hands that look like this and you just massage your hair everywhere. So So it gets this texture. And you can really like especially mess around with the front part right here. So it really gets this messiness. Also like mess up the back a little bit. So it's not too clean, especially for this like fluffy hair, messy hair hairstyle. It's very important that you play around with it as much as possible. And you really make sure that the matte clay goes everywhere in your wet hair. So now that your hair looks like this, you want to take this bad boy over here, blow dryer, and dry your hair in a very specific way. So now after blow drying for about 5 minutes, my hair looks somewhat like that. So you have like this little bit of shine because it's still a tiny bit wet. You have the product in the hair. And what you can do from here on is just play around with these little tips you see right here. You can like move it in and out of the face. You can kind of like mush it up a little bit. So it comes together pretty nicely in my opinion. Once you're here, once you arrive at this stage of like pretty much dry but not fully dry, what I like to do is use my matte clay again and just fix up the edges of the hair. So again, take a little bit of that, do this, make my hands go like that. And now I can just like take my hands and like play around, attach the back a little bit because I don't want it to be standing out too much. Fix up the last parts of the hair. I also like to like take some of the hair strands here, put it in the face, like take out a little bit of the volume here on the side. Yeah, I mean it looks pretty much like my hair looks on a daily basis. You know, it's like this mix between somewhat short sides, but you see I still have some length here on top of my ear, so I can kind of like brush it back like this and pull it a bit forward again. It's really about intuition. You will get a feeling for it once you actually get this haircut and play around with the hairstyle. And then I like to take this part here and push it back so it creates a little bit of volume up here. And since I have like an oblong kind of like oval face shape, I really want to keep some volume here on the side to make my face look a little bit broader. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the mistake that a lot of people do when they get like a super clean haircut. In my opinion, the more messy the better, up to a certain part of course. Voila, that's the haircut. I'll show you 360 now. That's how it looks like. Hope this is helpful to you guys. We're now gonna think about what to tell your barber when you actually go to the hairdresser, because that's something really important. Step number 1, bring reference photos. That helped me massively. It just puts things into perspective. Ideally, it's a photo of your past self and a haircut you really like, but you could also bring, for example, a photo of my haircut or Chico's or I don't know, Tom Cruise's. As long as your barber is understanding it from all angles, side profile, front and back. Part 2, specify length. It's very important that you tell him how long your hair should be in the front, on the sides and your back, because without this information, he won't be able to cut the hair in the right way. Also, what I learned as a trick to tell your barber, tell him that he shouldn't thin out the hair on top, but only on the sides. Because what's usually really cool about having a new haircut is that you can still play around with the top part. And if you miss volume up there, you just won't be able to and your hair is falling down very flat. You definitely want to avoid that. Last step, step number 3, tell him that you want flexibility and styling. You want a haircut that works as a side part, as a modern quiff, as a messy fringe. You want to have as much versatility as possible. So no matter what situation you're facing, you always have a chance to style your hair in the correct way. And last up, the pro tip, never say just clean up my hair, because the barber usually just does what they want, but not what you want. Alright guys, I really hope this video will help you find the right haircut for your face shape. You know this channel is all about self-improvement, and even small parts of your identity, like your haircut, can make a big difference overall. And that's what life maxing is all about. It's not just about improving our appearance, but about the effects, improving our appearance, and everything we do for ourselves will have on the greater whole of our entire lives. So now I would like to ask you guys who your hairstyle inspiration is and how you would like to style your hair next. So make sure to comment it down below. Also make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I cannot wait to see you guys for the next episode. I'm really thinking you will like this one. So make sure to stay tuned and I will see you in the next one.